Proceeding to item 2, pre-bid conference 2.1. This is the provision of security service requirements for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 257409 Bravo. And user is SIS, Mr. Chair. At this point, all bidders, interested bidders may now be admitted to the link. So again, good morning everyone. For all interested bidders, please be informed that this meeting is recorded for documentation and transparency purposes. All interested bidders are hereby advised to kindly type in your name in the chat box and the company you represent po for documentation and transparency purposes. Again, at this juncture, we are at the pre-bid conference of provision of security service requirements for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 257409 Bravo. And for the information of everybody, Mr. Chair, all questions and clarifications shall be entertained after the presentation of the presented project. Thank you po.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the project Provision of Security Services for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 257409 Bravo. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, to the corporate operating budget for FY 2025, intends to apply the sum of 65,237,451.48 for the first year only, being the ABC to payments under the contract for the provision of security services requirements for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 257409 Bravo. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. The CAAP now invites bids for the procurement project. Delivery of services is required for a period of 3 years. Bidders should have completed within 3 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. The description of eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. As shown are the airports with their corresponding number of guards and the ABC. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulation of Republic Act RA 9184. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens or sole proprietorship, partnership, or organization with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines and citizens or organization of a country, the laws or regulations of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to Republic Act 5183. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from CAAP and inspect the bidding documents at the address given during regular hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday except declared holidays, weekends, and suspension of work. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders on September 1, 2025 until the deadline of submission of bids from the given address and websites, and upon payment of applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by GPPB in the amount of 50,000 exclusive of any and all taxes imposed by relevant government agencies. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees by presenting the official receipt in person or through email. Bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address given on or before September 24 at 9:30 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids are accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 14. Bid opening shall be on September 24, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. the back office and or via Google Meet. Bids will be open in the presence of the bidder's representative who choose to attend the activity. The CAAP reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 35.6 and 41 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 91884, without thereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. Upon payment of the bid documents, bidders must provide the respective email addresses to the back secretariat. All communications, including but not limited to notices, resolutions, and replies, among others, will be sent to the email address provided by the bidder or bidders. The date when such email was sent shall be considered the date of the receipt of the bidders for purposes of complying with the requirements under RA 9184. You may visit the following website for the downloading of the bidding documents as shown, the PhilJEPS and the CAAP website. For further information, please refer to Engineer Leandro R. Verquez, Head Back Secretariat, and the contact numbers and email as shown. Under Section 3, bid data sheet with corresponding ITB clause. Under ITB 5.3, the eligible bidder. The bidder must have completed within at least a period of 3 years from 2022 to present, prior to the submission and receipt of bids, a single contract that is similar to the project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC, or at least 2 similar contracts, and aggregate contract amount should be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC, with the largest of the similar contracts being equivalent to at least 25% of the ABC. For this purpose, similar contracts shall refer to contract involving provision of security services. Under 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. ITB Clause 12.0, the price of goods shall be quoted DDP to CAAP sites or applicable Incoterms for this project. As shown is the basis for the computation of the ABC based on Region 13 Caraga Dolly Wage Order R13-19 Class B, effective January 2, 2025. Under ITB Clause 14.1, the bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 2% of the ABC. If the bid security is in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 5% of the ABC. If the bid security is in surety bond. Under ITB Clause 15.0, each page thereof is initialed by the duly authorized representative or representatives of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical and financial documents are properly marked with index tab or ear tabs and sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form of page 3 of 100. Pagination is sequential throughout the document inside the envelope. Each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of each bid. ITB 19.4, the approved budget of the contract as shown, and for purposes of clarity, the computation of the ABC is based on salaries and wages, agency fee, and 12% VAT based on the agency fee. Any bid with financial component exceeding in the amount shall not be accepted and outright disqualified. In case of a tie and 2 or more bidders have been post-qualified as lowest calculated responsive bid, LCRBs, the tie-breaking measure determined by the procuring entity shall be non-discretionary and non-discriminatory, such that the same is based on sheer luck or chance, pursuant to Appendix 11, the tie-breaking method of the 2016 revised implementing rules and regulation of RA 9184. As a matter of information to the prospective bidders, the CAAP has determined to use the method of raffle wherein the names of the bidders involved in the tie and declared as LCRBs will be written in separate, similar unmarked papers and will be folded and placed in a container. Thereafter, a BAC Bravo representative in the presence of the bidders or the representatives will draw the raffle in an order wherein the first drawn bidder shall be considered as the winning LCRB and awarded the contract. The second drawn bidder shall be the second ranked LCRB, and so on, until all LCRBs are drawn and ranked. Under 20.1, documents required during post-qualification are shown 1 to 6. And the following are also requirements for the post-qualification documents. The BAC reserves the right to verify and validate the above-mentioned documents. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. CAAP shall thereafter award the contract to the next lowest calculated responsive bid. Under Section 5, Special Conditions of the Contract with corresponding GCC clause under 2.2, payment shall be made upon the presentation by the PSA of the billing for the covered period, subject to the usual accounting and auditing rules and regulations. The billing shall be accompanied by the following, as shown. The PSA shall pay taxes due in relation to the contract in full and on time. Its failure to do so shall entitle CAAP to suspend payment for services delivered by the PSA. The billing statement with attachments as stated in SEC and SEC GCC Clause 2.2, items 1 to 5 shall be submitted on or before 27th day of the next billing month. Performance of the security services under the contract shall likewise be in accordance with the terms of reference. On item 3.0, refer to Section 9, Terms of Reference. And 4.0, the inspection and test that will be covered are the following: physical condition of goods, conformity to the goods to the technical specification, authenticity of goods, and whether goods delivered are functioning. Non-compliance or violation of items stated in ITB Clause 4.0 shall result in the cancellation or termination of security services contract based on the findings of the Technical Inspection Committee during the technical inspection and acceptance of the project. Section 6, Schedule of Requirements. As shown, the required number of guards is 146 and 79 guard posts for the for CAAP Area 12. The work shift schedule as shown, 12-hour rotational work shift schedule. But please take note that the CSIS or the CSIS area or airport security manager, in coordination with the airport or area or airport manager, has an option to adopt or change the time of duty that will work best to ensure attendance of security personnel of PSA as long as it follows the 12-hour rotational schedule. For the equipment requirements, as shown, the consolidated requirements for firearms and ammunition, communication equipment, transportation equipment. Also, for the other security equipment, as shown, shown other security equipment and individual uniform and equipment of guards. And for the other manpower requirements or activities, as shown, from submission of personal TOAN files, TIAC inspection, actual deployment, and the basic aviation security training for security guards. Under Section 7, Technical Specification, qualification of security personnel for detachment commander. Please take note that the detachment commander must have at least 5 years of experience in the operation of security detachment with minimum manpower complement of not less than 50 guards, must possess a valid security officer license, and must pass the Ishihara test. For the head guard or SIC, similar with the detachment commander, but it requires must have at least 3 years of experience in operation of security supervision. Also, it requires a valid security officer license. And for the security guards, must have at least 1 year of experience as security guard, must possess a valid security guard license, and must have passed Ishihara test. Other security requirements: the PSA guards or officers must undergo basic aviation training, Phase 1 theoretical and Phase 2 OJT checkout within 6 months from the date of posting of guards. The venue for the ABSEC training shall be provided by the winning bidder or PSA. The PSA must require the security personnel to undergo ABSEC recurrency training every 2 years for previously deployed aviation security personnel. Establish a liaison office located within 5 kilometers from CAAP Air Center 12 with office equipment, desktop computer, filing cabinets, and office tables, consumable office supplies, office company signage, and manned by an office clerk or personnel at company expense 1 week prior deployment. Makeshift office shall not be accepted. And lastly, conduct at least 2 relevant security training or seminars such as but not limited to the following as shown. Other security requirements: prospective bidders shall conduct site inspection in each airport or facility. The format of certificate of site inspection must be in accordance with the form provided in this bidding document. Please see bid form 9. For instruction for the site inspection, as shown, the authority to conduct site inspection and the certificate of site inspection. So the certificate of site inspection must have the following attachment: photocopy of the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, and the photocopy of the airport or facility visitor's logbook. For the checklist of technical and financial documents under legal documents as shown, and technical documents as shown, and for the second envelope, the financial component as shown. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. At this juncture, the floor is now open for any questions or clarifications regarding the presented project. Kind information and reminder for all before raising your questions or clarifications to kindly again state your name and the company you represent. Thank you. Again, the floor is now open for questions or clarifications regarding the provision of security service requirements for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 257409 Bravo. Calling once, twice, thrice. Alright. Mr. Chair, gentle reminder for all, any questions or clarifications not raised today may still be raised in writing through the back secretariat 10 days before the scheduled opening of bids.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. From Benjamin Security Agency Corporation po, Junel de la Rosa.
Yes, sir, you are recognized po.
Do we allow to bid below 20% agency fee? So, if not, can we put it in the if ever put it in the bid bulletin kung hindi papayag na ng 20% below?
Thank you for that query, sir. Sir, may we kindly inform that your query can we request na put it in writing and send it to the back secretariat so that we may address it accordingly po and issue bid bulletin as necessary po. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, from Eagle Matrix, Miss Pilita, you have raised your hand a while ago.
Good morning. Pilita po from Eagle Matrix. Actually, dinner down to na yung question kasi we have the same question with Mr. Rainer ba? A while ago yung question regarding nga din dun sa template nyo, you put 24% admin fee or agency fee. So yun ang question ko din sana is kung we can bid lower than dun nga sa template o meron ba kayong ceiling. Yun nga po, kung we can bid lower than 20%, it should, or kung hindi, it should be put in your bulletin.
Copy, ma'am. Thank you po. We will issue bid bulletin as necessary po regarding that matter. Thank you po.
Ayun lang. Okay po.
For any interested bidder who wishes to raise their concerns or clarifications. Alright, again, Mr. Chair, a gentle reminder. Yes, sir. Grand Benito Security Agency, you are recognized po.
I'm Rosario Lipata from Ganmeto Security. Question lang po regarding po sa DOLE and NLRC clearance. May specific quarter po ba or month na isasubmit during bid opening or post-qualification? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. For a while po. Ma'am, can you please repeat your question po?
Regarding sir sa DOLE and NLRC clearance, kung may specific quarter po ba or month na kailangan yung issuance ng certificate na isasubmit?
Ma'am, as long as it is updated and valid po.
Updated and valid po. Okay, thank you.
Any more interested bidder? Miss Cheryl Gadoria. Yes, ma'am, you are recognized po.
Yes po, good morning. So from Eagle Matrix po, Shirley, additional queries lang po regarding dun sa NLRC and DOLE clearance. So it should be in area 12 po ba kukunin or is it okay na dito sa NCR po?
With regards to the NLRC, it's NLRC and DOLE. It's based on your company, the head office or the NCR. So not necessarily sa Butuan lang po. So as a whole, as your company, if you have any pending case, DOLE case or NLRC case,
So specifically hindi naman required Butuan and NCR. So pwede po either.
actually it must be issued to your company. Pangkalahatan po.
Okay, sige, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Raise hand from Grand Merito Security Agency. Yes, sir. Ma'am, you are recognized po.
Hello sir, another question sir. Yung qualification requirements po.
Hello, ma'am. Sorry. Ma'am, sorry to cut you. Ma'am, kindly state your name, the company you represent lang po for documentation and transparency purposes.
Grand Merito Security Agency Rosario Lipata po. Question lang po ulit is yung qualification po ba ng PSA is isasubmit during bid opening or post-qualification na po ito?
Ma'am, sorry. Medyo nag-staggering lang po yung signal natin. Can you please repeat your question, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Yung sa qualification, sir, ng security po, security agency, isasubmit po ba siya during bid opening or for post qualification na po ito? Yung item 8 po. Item 8 to 11. 8.11.
Ma'am, the documents to be submitted during the during opening, ma'am, please refer to ma'am, section 7. So yun po yung sasubmit during the opening. So yung tinatanong niyo po ata is nasa post-qual documents. Ma'am, tama po ba?
Okay. Bali sir, yung item 8 po na sa terms of reference, yung qualification requirements of the PSA. Item 8. Section 10 terms of reference COR, item 8. Bali 8.1 to 8.11 po.
Ma'am, mag-refer lang po kayo dun sa requirements ng checklist to be submitted during the opening, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yun lang po yung sasubmit during opening po.
Standard lang po.
Opo. Yes. The rest of the requirements will be or documents that during post-qual po yun. So, the documents that are listed under 20.1 of the BDS or the post-qual documents, hindi po limited na yun lang po yung hingiin. May possibility po na maghingi pa kami ng other documents aside from what is indicated in 20.1 during post-qual po.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more questions or clarifications? Mr. Chair, gentle reminder. Yes, sir. A gentle reminder lang po, Mr. Chair. Any questions or clarifications not raised today may still be raised in writing to the back through the back secretariat 10 days before the scheduled opening as stated in the bidding documents. Mr. Chair, that concludes our pre-bid conference for provision of security service requirements for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 2574009. Bravo, Mr. Chair. All bidders interested for that project may now leave the meeting po. Again, the concluded pre-bid conference is the provision of security service requirements for CAAP Area 12 under a 3-year service agreement with bid number 2574009. Bravo. Mr. Chair, proceeding to Agenda 2 for pre-bid conference, the supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator, bid number 257509 Bravo, end user ANS. Okay, all interested bidders may now be admitted to the Google link po. At this juncture, we are at the pre-bid conference of supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator with bid number 257509 Bravo. All interested bidders are hereby instructed to kindly type in your name and the company you represent to the chat box po for documentation and transparency purposes. A gentle reminder lang din po for all that all questions or clarifications shall be entertained after the presentation of the end user. To the end user, ANS, you may now proceed to the pre-bid conference, to the presentation of the pre-bid conference for supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator bid number 257-509 Bravo. Thank you po.
Good morning, everyone. We will be presenting to you the pre-bid conference for the supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator with an ABC of 11 million thousand pesos. Source of fund approved ATP FY 2025 for the airport equipment, and the duration of project is 120 calendar days. Invitation to bid. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, through the CAAP Corporate Operating Budget for FY 2025, intends to apply the 11 million pesos being the ABC to payments under the contract for bid number 25-75-09 Bravo. CAAP now invites bids for the above procurement project. Delivery of the goods is required within 120 calendar days, and bidders should have completed within 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids. Bidding will be conducted through open competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from Back Secretariat of CAAP, Mia Road, Pasay City. Upon payment of the bid documents, bidders must provide their respective email addresses to the Back Secretariat. Bidders must also check the PhilJobs website, CAAP website, and Back Secretariat for any bid bulletins and announcements related to the bidding. Bids must be duly received by the Back Secretariat through manual submission at the office address indicated below on or before 24th of September 2025 at 9:30 in the morning. Late bids shall not be accepted. For further information, please refer to Engineer Leandro R. Varquez, the Head Back Secretariat, CAAP Mia Road, Pasay City. Instruction to bidders. CAAP wishes to receive bids for the supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator with bid number 25-75-09 Bravo. The product procurement is composed of one lot, the details of which are described in Section 7 for technical specifications. The GOP through the source of funding is indicated below for FY 2025 in the amount of 11 million thousand pesos. The source of funding is the corporate operating budget. For eligible bidders, pursuant to Section 23.4.1.3 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184, the bidder shall have an SLCC that is at least one contract similar to the project, the value of which, adjusted to current prices using the PSA CPI, must be at least equivalent to 50% of the ABC. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator, or supply and delivery of testing and calibration equipment, or supply and delivery of various calibration laboratory equipment, and completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. The procuring entity has prescribed that subcontracting is not allowed. For the documents comprising the bid, eligibility, and technical components, please refer to the screen. The price of the goods shall be quoted DDP Ka-Apnea Road, Pasay City, or the applicable Incoterms for this project. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 220,000 pesos, which is equivalent to 2% of ABC if bid security is in cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft, or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 550,000 pesos, which is equivalent to 5% of ABC if bid security is in surety bond. The project having several items shall be awarded as one contract as specified in the schedule of requirements. For purposes of post-qualification, please refer on the screen as shown. For the signing of the contract, no further instructions. Special conditions of contract. The delivery terms applicable to this contract are delivered at Air Navigation Service Technical Center Building, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Pasay City. And the procuring entity's representative at the project site is Engineer Noel S. Umayagay, the Division Chief 3 of ANFNP. The inspections and tests that will be conducted are physical inspection of parts, materials, accessories, and documents included in the delivery, operational testing of the test instrument during the technical training, schedule of requirements, a total of 1 lot, 2 sets of high-performance multi-product 1 set of high-performance multi-product calibrator plus 600 MHz oscilloscope calibration option, which will be delivered within 120 calendar days. These are the technical specifications of the product. It includes thermocouple and test leads set with case and 2 sets thermal imager. Portability kit for on-site calibrations, transit case, software for automated calibration and measurement equipment asset management, 1 unit laptop, 2-part training included, which includes Part 1 5-day training to be conducted by Fluke Trade Foreign Specialist, and Part 2 to be conducted by factory-trained technical personnel on different concerns experienced by the end user after 3 months of using the unit, with a warranty of 1 year. These are the checklist of technical and financial documents. For any inquiries and requests for clarifications, we have Engineer Joe Bentango, who will be pleased to assist your concerns.
Thank you po. Okay, the floor is now open for any questions or clarifications for the project po. A gentle reminder for all interested bidders to kindly type in to state your name and the company you represent prior raising your concerns or clarifications. Thank you. Calling once. Once. Twice. Thrice. Alright. Yes, Miss Vanessa Valoria. You are recognized po.
No po, good morning po.
Good morning, ma'am.
May tatanong lang po ako sa regarding dito dun sa part sa may dito po sa may bid data sheet po dun sa part na section 20.2 po. Number 7, item number 7 po. Sir, saan po makukuha tong legal clearance po na to? Yung letter B po. Yung legal clearance to be issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Services with respect to the non-pendency of any cases.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, regarding the clearance po of the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service, the interested bidder should come here to the central office and proceeding to the office of the Enforcement and Legal Service and securing po the said clearance, ma'am. So the interested bidder must come to the central office of CAAP and proceed to the office of ELS to obtain such po.
And confirm ko din po kasi yung sa presentation po kanina, iba po kasi yung nasa bid docs na nakalagay na, hindi po kasi nakalagay na pwede yung bid securing declaration nasa bid bond. Pwede po ba siya? Dito kasi sa bid docs, sir, na uploaded sa PhilJeps, hindi kasi siya nakalagay doon, sir. Ang nakalagay lang kasi, sir, dito yung manager's check lang po, tsaka yung surety bond. Pwede po ba namin gamitin, sir, yung bid securing declaration ayon dun, sir, dun sa presentation kanina? Nakalagay kasi dun, sir, na pwede yung bid securing declaration po.
Thank you for that query, ma'am. Regarding that po, the end user will, or the back will be releasing bid bulletin for that matter po. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome po. Any more questions or clarifications po from our interested bidders for this project? The supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator with bid number 257509 Bravo. Calling once. Twice. Thrice. Alright. Mr. Chair, just a gentle reminder for all po na any questions or clarifications not raised today may still be raised in writing to the back through the back secretariat 10 days before the scheduled opening as stated in the bidding documents. Mr. Chair, that concludes our pre-bid conference for supply and delivery of multi-product calibrator with bid number 257509 Bravo. All interested bidders for that project are now excused and may now leave the link